Hey y'all, I'm Ariel, the anti-coach. I'm a business owner and future MBA, and I'm a person who's trying to change her entire life around. This channel is all about the steps that it's going to take to change your life around and live as your best self when you're just a regular person, like most of us are. And that's totally okay, because you're enough with what you have. Today I'm going to be talking about building something that many of us struggle with: willpower. In order to improve your life or make any real lasting changes, you have to have a pretty powerful will. I learned from the American Psychological Association, APA, that some people are born with stronger wills than others. But this was a perspective-changing piece of information for me, because my entire life I have struggled with my willpower, and I thought it was just something that I was doing wrong, or maybe something that was even wrong with me. But thankfully, I now know that willpower is like a muscle. It's something that you can build. And if you're a person who struggled with willpower, if it resonates with you, then you're in luck. Because today, I'm going to teach you some ways that you can work on building your willpower. I researched and I practiced and I tried to strengthen my willpower based on this idea. Now I'm going to show you what I did. Let's get into it. Number 1, give yourself fewer decisions to make. Why? Fewer decisions means that you have a less chance of having to practice restraint on a daily basis and getting willpower fatigue or reducing your willpower pool. For example, if you're someone who considers themselves financially unstable, this is especially important because you probably have a lot of decisions in your day-to-day about whether or not to buy something, or just a lot of decisions relating to money. This can affect your willpower pool. So giving yourself less decisions to make, or fewer decisions to make, can help you make the right decisions for yourself whenever you need to. Number 2, avoid temptation. Don't set yourself up for failure by engaging in things that you know are a struggle for you. For example, if you're trying to lose weight, then it's probably not the best idea for you to consistently go out to eat with your friends. It's going to make it much harder for you to stick to your goal of losing however much you're trying to lose. If you're trying to save money, same thing. Going out consistently with your friends, going out to eat, that is a recipe for failure for yourself. So making sure that you can avoid those temptations will completely take away the need for you to exercise any willpower at all. Number 3, plan your implementation intentions. So having a plan in place ahead of time can make it easier for you to make a decision in the moment without you having to draw on your willpower. So previously we talked about avoiding temptation. If you cannot do that, or if you don't want to do that, then your next best choice is to plan a way for you to make a decision without having to make a decision. For example, if you're at a party and your goal is to stop drinking, your implementation intention, your plan for keeping your willpower strong should be to say something like, I'm going to hold a soda in my hand the entire night. Or you can even plan what you will do if someone comes up to you and offers you a drink. If someone comes up to me and offers me a drink, I will say, no, thank you, I'm not drinking tonight. Or I will say, I already have a drink, thank you. Whatever your plan is, make sure you have decided it in advance so that you don't have to make a decision in the moment. You don't have to draw on your willpower as much or at all. Number 4, practice patience and self-control. So as we've talked about, willpower is like a muscle. More specifically, the processes in your brain that produce your willpower can be strengthened. And they can be strengthened by you doing things that make you draw on your willpower. So in the short term, willpower is weak. But as you continue to do things to strengthen it, like when you're lifting weights, it will become stronger over time. So there are some things you can do to practice your willpower. For example, if you're trying to wait for your food to heat up in the microwave, don't do anything else while you're waiting. Sit, breathe, watch it. Give yourself time to practice that patience and that self-control. That's a great way to start building your willpower. Another thing you can do, if you're sitting at a red light, sit and wait. Don't check your phone. Maybe meditate. Be in the moment while you're waiting for that light to turn green. Don't rush it. Another thing you could do is, if you're in the grocery store and there's a longer line, you don't have to rush. Go sit in that long line and wait. As much as it sounds like these things are little everyday annoyances, they are things that can help you build your willpower over time. So they would be beneficial to you. These small exercises are helpful, but it's also helpful to make sure that you give yourself enough time on the daily basis so that you can practice these things, and so that you are not consistently in a state of rush. When you're always rushing, you don't have time to practice patience. Number 5, eat well and regularly. As we talked about before, there are brain processes that produce willpower. Well, these processes in your brain are fueled by glucose, and glucose can be found in, of course, sugary things, but healthy glucose can be found naturally in foods like grains and things, starches, things like that, or even just simple fruits and vegetables. If you're a person who struggles with willpower, it's probably not the best idea for you to practice things like intermittent fasting or whole day fasting, things like that, because again, your brain needs regular glucose injections in order for it to function properly or to produce willpower for you in a way that works. But making sure that you get regular meals, this can be a way to make sure that your brain is getting that regular dose of glucose that can help your willpower remain strong. Number 6, focus on one large goal at a time. Changing a lifelong habit is hard, but changing 10 at the same time is nearly impossible. Give yourself the space and time to succeed by choosing one goal to focus on. Then move on to the next one, and the next one, and so on. Number 7, understand your why. People who are motivated by internal goals are more likely to make those lasting changes than people who are motivated by external goals or external reasons for changing. For example, an internal reason for losing weight could be that you want to live the life that you dream for yourself, or you want to be able to keep up with your children, or something of that nature. But an external reason could be wanting to please your family, or wanting to lose weight to look like a societal standard or something like that. Making sure that you have an internal reason and that you are consistently reminding yourself of your internal reason for your goal is a great way to engage your willpower and make sure that it remains strong for whatever it is that you're trying to do. Those are my tips for building willpower. I hope you can find some use for them and start strengthening yourself to meet your goals. I'll be continuing to do the same. If you enjoyed this content or it helped you or you want to see more of this, be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.